So, tonight I watched the film Wall Street, which stars Michael Douglas and Charlie Sheen. It is a 1980s sort of financial thriller. It reminds me a lot of The Wolf of Wall Street, because you have Charlie Sheen, this hungry young stockbroker, and he wants to make some stuff in the world, and then there's like political financial intrigue with Michael Douglas, who kind of takes him under his wing and shows him the ropes, so to speak, and the ropes might not be entirely ethical. Excuse me. I guess it maybe Boiler Room would be a better comparison film. But yeah, is it made by Oliver Stone, 1980? It's okay. I think if you're not super interested in finance stuff, you probably won't like it too much, because they use a lot of, I wouldn't say super high-level finance terms, but they do use a lot of finance terms, and they don't really describe them. So if you don't understand the world of stock trading and options trading, you might get a little lost with the terminology, and really, you might just not, you won't be as invested. And so, that said, I guess when thinking about the film, I think it fell short. It didn't grab me. And I am kind of a finance nerd. I do like that stuff. It's just that, like, the stakes, I think the film did a pretty bad job escalating the stakes that were happening. It tries very hard to, like, make you kind of care by infusing kind of a family angle into it. But, like, I don't know, by the time you get to the end of the film, it's like The Wolf of Wall Street is similar in that at the end of the day, Jordan Belfort's character is just, the only thing really at stake is the money and the legacy and the prestige. And in Wall Street, it's very much like that too, but in The Wolf of Wall Street, in Martin Scorsese's film, he does a much better job. It feels like there's something at stake, where, it's not just money, it's this man's life. And in Wall Street, that doesn't really come across. It doesn't feel, it doesn't really capture any sort of high pressure. And so for like I wouldn't call it a thriller, and it's not really a drama. It's kind of just, it's like 2 hours, and there's a lot of parts, and this could be just a 80s thing to today with attention spans being a lot shorter. But I think it could have very easily been a 90-minute movie, and you really wouldn't have missed out on much. It probably would have been improved. But really, the tension wasn't there for me. So I think if you really like movies like Boiler Room, you really like movies like Wolf of Wall Street, The Big Short, give it a watch. Glengarry Glen Ross would be another good one. If you like those movies, give this a watch. But if you haven't seen those movies, start with those movies, because almost all of them are better than Wall Street. That said, I think it's worth watching if you're into finance stuff. But if you don't care so much for the stock market, I think you could skip this one. So, that's what I've got for you today. I hope you're having a good one, and I'll see you next time.